Momfluencer or Monster, the disturbing case of Ruby Franke. Hey guys, this is my very first crime-related video. Anyway, I'm Nevada. Today's video is wild. This is the one of those stories where the deeper you go, the more you're like, wait, what? This is about Ruby Franke. She used to be a YouTube mom, but she went from parenting tips to prison bars. And trust me, it's not one of those cancel culture things. This is serious. It involves child abuse, manipulation, and a lot of people turning a blind eye. So, let's break it all down together. No confusing stuff, just the facts. In simple terms, I got you, don't worry. So, let's start at the top. Back in 2015, Ruby Franke started a family vlog on YouTube called 8 Passengers. I think you guys know that. It was her husband Kevin, and their 6 kids. At first, it seemed like her typical day in the life kind of thing. A lot of moms watched her for parenting advice, like how to discipline your kids, run a big household, and all that. I'm getting tired already. But then, things got weird. Her version of parenting advice, it's not really great. Like, one time, she took away her son's bedroom, okay, for 7 months because he played a prank on his little brother.
You guys didn't know was Chad didn't get any room. He didn't get anything. He was sleeping on the floor in the family room.
I mean, if you have siblings, you play pranks on them all the time. It's completely normal. Another time, she said she refused to pack lunch for her kindergartner because he forgot to do his chores.
A text message from Eve's teacher, and she said that Eve did not pack a lunch today, and can I bring a lunch over to the school? Responded and just said Eve is responsible for making her lunches in the morning, and she actually told me she did pack a lunch.
Spoiler, the teacher had to feed him. Viewers were like, is this parenting or a military boot camp? Like, what? So, people started speaking out. In fact, by 2020, a petition was going around asking for Child Protective Services to look into the family, but Ruby didn't seem to care and said she doubled down. She stopped posting family vlogs and teamed up with a woman named Jody Hillebrand, I think, who ran this super strict self-help group called Connections. I bet you it did tonight. The two of them started offering parent coaching, and I say this in quotes because it wasn't really coaching, it was more like emotional control with a smile. Their advice, it was like kids should sit in a room alone for a week if they lie. Feeling lonely is actually a good thing for children. It builds character. If your kid is sad, probably because they're not repentant enough. Super comforting, right? So what happened next? In August 2023, things went from bad to full-blown criminal. On August 13th, a 12-year-old boy escaped from Jody Hillebrand's home in Ivins, Utah. He was covered in duct tape. He had rope burns. He was starving. He ran to a neighbor's house to ask for help. And honestly, thank goodness for that neighbor, because they called 911 right away. Thank goodness. Police showed up and found Ruby's 10-year-old daughter inside the house, also severely malnourished. Both kids were taken to the hospital, and I wish I could say it ended there, but when police searched the house, they found evidence of child abuse everywhere, everywhere. Ropes, duct tape, starvation level, conditions just horrifying. Ruby Franke and Jody Hillebrand were arrested that same day. Now, let's talk about charges. They were each charged with 6 felony counts of aggravated child abuse. That means abuse wasn't just bad, it was life-threatening. The charges include malnourishment, physical restraint with ropes, causing serious injury, withholding medical care, isolation and confinement, so basically the worst of the worst. let's talk about what Ruby and Jody had to say for themselves. Ruby claimed she was influenced by Jody. She said Jody convinced her that this type of discipline was necessary to help her children become truthful and humble. Ruby even said in court, "My actions caused harm. My distorted version of parenting hurt my children. I was wrong." Judy, on the other hand, said something that made a lot of people do a double take. She said, "I truly believed I was helping." Girl, you duct taped a kid. In December 2023, Judy pleaded guilty to 4 of the 6 child abuse charges, and in February 2024, she was sentenced to up to 30 years in prison. That's 1 to 15 years per charge. Jody got the same sentence. Let me just say, they are not getting out anytime soon. And honestly, good. But here's something really powerful. Ruby's own kids, especially her oldest daughter, Ruby Franke, spoke out. Sherry had been warning people for years. She cut ties with her mom way before this happened and even said on Instagram, "Finally." She helped law enforcement get into the house after the arrest, and later she said, "Me and my family are so grateful justice is being served. We have been trying to tell people for a long time that something was wrong." There was a moment where everything just finally, clicked. Finally made sense. Okay, let's take a breath. I know this one was heavy, but it's really important. These kids were so brave, especially the 12-year-old who escaped. He literally saved his siblings' lives. So if there's any hero in the story, it gotta be him. Thanks for sticking through this with me. And hey, if anyone ever tells you that love equals punishment or starving a kid is a lesson, please do yourself a favor and run, or at least call someone. You deserve kindness, not duct tape. Remember that. Stay safe, be kind, and I'll see you next time.